John and I are taking an impromptu road trip. All right, where are we going and why are we going there?
So we are currently on our way to Altus, Oklahoma, because I've been in the marketplace for a new bike, and I found something that's kind of rare in the US. I think I've found a genuine Dutch bicycle. So I'm trying to spring on that as soon as I can.
So what makes a Dutch bicycle special compared to the bicycles we can get around here?
Well, most of the bicycles that you can get in the US are designed for sport use. So you'll see like the sort of road bikes that people race on, or mountain bikes that people ride crazy trails with. But a Dutch bike is a bike that's designed for just riding around town and getting your groceries, right? We don't have these in the US because we don't really ride our bikes to do stuff like get groceries in the US.
We have cars for that.
We have cars for that, that's right.
So John called me like, what, an hour and a half ago?
Yeah.
and brought this up as like, hey, thinking about picking up this bike in Oklahoma. Could you think you can help me out? Because I don't know if my car, you didn't trust your car?
Yeah, my car, I did a trip kind of like this around New Year's, and it was fine, but since then I've had a catastrophic suspension failure and a wreck, so I don't feel the same way that I used to.
I gotcha. Well, so if you watched last week's video of the demo ride of the Model Y refresh, this road trip is starting about an hour and a half after that was over. I just got that video edited and uploaded. So hopefully you saw that. If not, you can check it out. But this is going to be an impromptu road trip. We're leaving at 5:55 p.m. right now, and we left the house at an 83% state of charge. We're going to need 2 charge stops on this entire road trip. Let's go ahead and see if you can get the screen here.
Sure.
It's having a stop in Henrietta. That's the supercharger with all the dinosaurs. And then again at Vernon, which is just outside of Sonic. Then we're going to meet at Walmart to pick up this bicycle, and then we charge again at Henrietta on the way home. So I think this is gonna be, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 miles to get there. I know it's 114 miles until our charge stop in Henrietta. And I think it's another 70 after that before we get to Vernon, and that's not the destination. So we'll update as we go. I should have reset the trip. Let me go ahead and reset the trip now. We've gone 5.7 miles so far. Average efficiency on our current drive is 218.2. But I'm going into trips, and I'm going to reset the Expo trip, which was the one that we went to Electrify Expo in November. Haven't done a road trip since then. So trip is reset, 6 miles into it, so we just add 6 miles to the total at the end, and that'll tell us where we're at. So on the road we go. So we are in Henrietta, Texas, at the Texas Best Smokehouse at the Dinosaur Charger. It is a version 2 charger, so that answers my question. That's why we don't have the Bolt on this trip. The Bolt would not be able to charge here at a version 2 supercharger. Blue light takes maybe about 15 seconds before it'll initialize at a version 2. We pulled in with an 11% state of charge, and there we go. Car locked and it initialized charging. So I'm going to check our charge speed real quick. We are at 31, 44. We're ramping up slowly. Would like it to go faster. We're at 72 and it looks like we've plateaued. We should be getting about 120 at least at this charger right now. And the car's been preconditioning for 80 miles. Oh well. Not getting the best speeds, but it says 15 minutes remaining to continue the trip, and we need to go in anyway. So we're gonna leave the car here, just let it charge, and go in, hit the restrooms, and see where we're at in 15 minutes. We've been here for a few minutes, and we're sitting in the car because it's kind of chilly, but let me show you what's going on. I don't really know how long we've been here, but it's showing 5 minutes till we can continue the trip, but it's been showing that for a few minutes. It'll probably show 1 here pretty soon. We're still getting 74 kilowatts, so the charge curve's been flat, and that is probably because of the temperature, because right out now outside it is 42 degrees here on the 5th of April. And where we're going for the next charge stop, it's going to be 37 degrees when we get there. It's just a chilly night. If we were going any further or any closer to Amarillo, we'd be dealing with snow. But we have 7% of a buffer right now, so we're just waiting to get a few more percent. I like to have at least 10% on arrival, but the car prefers 15, and given the temperatures, we're probably going to listen to the car. So we'll wait here a few more minutes and we'll get on the road. So this charge stop is taking just a little bit longer than we had hoped or we had planned, but it's because it's cold. Haven't really taken this car out on a chilly road trip. And so all the folks from up north, who are going to say 42 degrees isn't cold, it's cold for Texas in April. It really is. So see where we're at when we get to the end of this charge. And just when I said we'll see what it's at the end of the charge, this came up on the screen. Have enough energy to continue the trip, and it's showing us at 8% on arrival in the supercharger in Vernon, 9% now. I think I want a little bit more. We'll just get a few more percent. It'll take a couple more minutes. When we left my house, it said we'd get here with 13%, and that crept up to about 15% on arrival, and in reality it was 11. So we could probably go if I just was very mindful, but again, with the weather and the temps, I don't want to play too much with it. All right, say 14% on arrival. It probably says 15% now, so we're going to go ahead and unplug, hang the charger back up, and go. We're going to get on the road. Sun is pretty much down. Our next charge stop's in 70 miles at Vernon, Texas, and we need to get enough there to get back here. So we'll be there for a bit. Let's go. We are in Vernon at a Sefco gas station and truck stop. This supercharger didn't used to be here. This is a version 3 supercharger, and not what I was expecting. The Bluetooth button's not working. There we go. We should get a faster initialization, and we should get faster charge speeds. It's raining, it's 37 degrees, and the efficiency on this road trip is terrible. It is well over 300 watt hours per mile. That last leg was about 388 just between Henrietta and here. We're charging, let me see what the speeds are. We're already much faster than we were in Henrietta. At 100, 113, 120, 127. We're in here at 12%, so we should have gone up to 170. We're getting there. 154, 160, Yeah, there was this, it's not the cold. There was something wrong with that charger that we were stopped in Henrietta, 173. We will be here for 12 minutes tops, so we're gonna go in and get some food. All right, so we're about a minute remaining to continue the trip. We're showing 25% on arrival where we're meeting this person with the bicycle, but we're showing 6% on arrival when we get back here. We want that to be a little higher, especially right now with temperatures in the mid 30s Fahrenheit. And we might be going into snow. There's a chance that while we're taking the wheels off of this bicycle to get it into this car, that we may be dealing with snow. Let my radar load. Right there in between the blue, that's where we're going. Right there. And there's snow here, and there's snow here. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a problem with driving, but it's not going to be pleasant to be working on that bicycle out in this, I'm sure, especially since we've gotten used to spring weather over the last couple of weeks. But as soon as we get to 15% on arrival back at this supercharger, we're going to unplug and get on the road. Efficiency, let's take a look at this. From when I reset the trip monitor, 346.1 watt hours per mile. And since the last charge, 384.5. The temps and the rain are really playing a number on our efficiency right now. The car says we have enough energy to continue the trip, so I'm going to click OK on that. It's still saying 9% on arrival, so I'm going to give it a couple more minutes before we unplug, and then we will get on the road, and I'll put the charging summary up on our first driving clip. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Hands are cold. We got the bike. Great bike. Took it for just a little spin around the parking lot. It feels fantastic. It really is like exactly what I was hoping it would be, which meet your heroes enough time. You're not really expecting that anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I'm really ready to get back in the heat.
It's 36 degrees and raining, so
That's
let's
right.
get in the car and figure out if we got enough energy to get back to Vernon and that supercharger that we left.
Yeah, we might still have some excitement left in us.
Okay, so we've got the bike in the trunk, and the trunk lights really help so you can see what the back of the bike looks like.
Look at this. This is a beautiful bike. I mean, obviously she's not at her
What
best.
are we looking at here?
So we got a chain guard here, but this cable is hooked up to the internal gear hub, right? This is a 3-speed Shimano Nexus internal gear hub, so you don't have any external derailleur, no drama. This thing just works. You just take it every maybe 5,000-7,000 miles and you change the oil out.
There you go. All right, so now we really are getting back on the road. So look down on the screen, we've got 224.5 miles, but we let about 6 miles go before we reset the trip. So about 230 miles to get here. We were heading home. Our efficiency, 349.1 watt hours per mile. So now what I'm going to do is navigate home. We're going to charge at Vernon, where we stopped right before we got here, and then again at Henrietta. We'll be getting home at about 3 in the morning. So looks like we have 9% on arrival. I turned off the navigation because it was preconditioning the battery, and I knew we were going to be tight on how much energy we had left in the battery by the time we got there. So I ended the navigation so the car wasn't constantly preconditioning while we were waiting for them to show up. But we're on our way, and we're heading back home, and it's late night, and it's cold, and it's raining. So here we go. We left Altus and the car said 9% on arrival, and we're here in Vernon, Texas again, and we're at 9%. So we're gonna plug in. Again, the Bluetooth's not working. See if we can get it to initialize, and right about now. There we go. I was off by a second. Ramping up. 76, 82, 87, 91. We're getting there. 102, 107. Our next stop's in Henrietta, which is only 70 miles away. It's saying 14 minutes remaining to continue the trip. I don't know if we'll need to be here that long. It's ramping up slow. It was preconditioning for most of the trip here, but it's getting there. 167. There's 172. Okay, so we got our peak speed. We are now at 11%. We need, so probably about 13 minutes, and then we'll be back on the road. You want to go in where it's warmer, or just wait in the car?
I'll probably wait in the car.
Okay, let's do that. So it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit. It's raining, and we keep getting that message that says water vapor may be visible while charging. Everything's okay. So it knows that there might be steam coming off of the handle because of the heat that's on it. We've gone down to 114 kilowatts. We've got about 4 minutes remaining, but we're still showing us an arrival at the next supercharger. Don't have enough to get there just yet. So you just saw on my screen that my tire pressure indicator light is on. I don't have a tire going flat. It's just, it got cold all of a sudden, and so my tires are reading low on air pressure, because that's what happens when it gets cold really quick. But it's going to be back in the 80s in a couple of days, and tire pressure will be back to normal. But it's cold and it's rainy, and yes, I know that the low tire pressure is hurting my efficiency, but I'm not too low. So I'll just live with it until we get home, and in a couple of days everything will be normal. So yes, you can comment about my air pressure light. It's there, and I see it, and I'm making a conscious choice to ignore it, although I am checking my tire pressure every few miles or so just to make sure that everything's still okay and that there isn't really a leak. Almost done charging here. I have charged enough to continue the trip, says my watch, and says the car. We're still showing 11% on arrival at the supercharger in Henrietta, and I do want to get that to 15 just because of the temperatures. Even though it stayed at 9 the entire way from Altus to here, we were going a little under 60 miles an hour that whole time, and we're maybe, it looks like what, 10-15 miles south of here. We're going to be out of the rain. We're here and the rain's stopping right around there, so maybe more like 30 miles of before we're out of the rain, and then maybe I'll put a little air in my tires so I don't have to be out there in the rain. I don't know, we'll see what's up. 16% on arrival in Henrietta, so we're going to go ahead and unplug. Hang the charger cable back up. Back on the road we go. We have made it to the Henrietta supercharger, which is going to be our last supercharge of the trip. We've arrived at 14% state of charge. Our average efficiency is down to 347.1 watt hours per mile, 335.9 miles on the trip at about 6, so we've done about 341 miles so far, and we'll be at minus 54% when we get home. This is possibly going to be a long charge. But let's get plugged in. See, the Bluetooth works at this one. Plug in, let it initialize. Takes a bit. There we go. Now we're green, we're charging. Let's see what kind of speed we're getting. All right. Ramping up. We were only getting about 73, 74 before when we were here. Yeah, it was the charger, because look, we're already up to 99. There's 110. 130. This could go up to 150 maybe. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting the speeds that we should have gotten when we were here before. We have 120 miles to go. We've got to onboard a good amount of power, and even though we're getting good speeds now, it still says 25 minutes remaining to continue the trip. It's after 1 a.m. right now, and so I think we're going to try to get a power nap while we're here plugged in, and we'll check back here in a second for you, but about 20 minutes for us. So we have enough energy to continue the trip. We're at 88% state of charge. 15 minutes till our charge limit. We'll get home with 17%. So we're unplugged. The car now says 18% when we get home. And since it's nighttime and this is our last charge stop, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. And the proof that we made it home safe is the fact that this video exists. Any thoughts on the trip, John?
I had a wonderful time. I'm very excited about the bike. Seems like a really great bike. I love this little town we got to visit.
Yeah, Altus, Oklahoma. It's home of Altus Air Force Base, and it was a nice little town.
I liked it. I didn't get to see very much of it, but it was very cute.
Would have been nice to see it in good weather. The rain has pretty much stopped. We still have a little bit of mist. We're still at 37 degrees Fahrenheit, and our efficiency is not great. I'm going to go ahead and we'll get a little clip of us driving out so that I can put up our total charge stats for this leg and for the whole trip. So that we'll do it when we get home. But we'll have some more videos coming up, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss them. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.